I'm Drew.
And I'm Tony.
And this is Back for Our Future, the show that goes back to look at our past and possibly yours. Some of you weren't born yet, but some of you were, and some of you are our parents. Well, welcome back to the show. If you've missed us, just in case you're one episode behind, we took a short hiatus. Tony had a movie, and I had 12,256 commercials to film, and the two of us just got really busy. But we're back, baby.
That's a lot of commercials.
I say that. It was probably like 4. It was probably 4. It felt like 12,280.
So if we got some, we could have listeners here because like we haven't friends. Anybody that doesn't know, we have a brand new Instagram page.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you should plug that
page. And it's already got we're already up to like 400 followers.
Yeah, boy.
That was really fast. It was like a week.
Yeah.
My personal Instagram page doesn't have 400 followers. I don't ever do it with it. So, but this page does. So pretty good. We had a couple viral clips. So pretty good. We got tons of comments. Some people that took my comments context.
I read them. It's the internet.
They're wrong though, right? I mean, they're incorrect.
Yeah.
I don't think they understood what I was saying.
It doesn't matter. Even if they did, they're going to be argumentative because it's the internet. But listen, we like it because engagement is engagement in our business, baby.
Oh, great. So we had clips, that had like double-digit comments and double-digit likes, which is really good for us. So so it's great. Yeah. So we're pretty happy about it. So check out our Instagram page. You can check out our Facebook page, and we got all that stuff for you. And we'll have some other social media accounts coming up as well that you can check out. But we'll get to that in a different time.
Yeah, is our Tinder account live? Does people even use Tinder anymore?
Tinder.
Our back for our future Tinder account. Only one of us can contribute.
Yeah, I don't think that one's there yet, but we'll get that.
Yeah,
right. Should do great things. Our Tinder and our Bumble will be
our Bumble account. That's right.
So I gotta tell you, man, I was thinking about this last night, right? And I'm sitting around and I'm thinking about the greatest invention in the world might be the fact. And so seriously, the greatest, and I know you utilize this, but the greatest invention in the world might be the fact that you are allowed to turn off your notifications and go to sleep. Because I absolutely, and I mean this, I absolutely massacre people's phones in between the hours of 11:30 and 4:30 a.m. Absolutely massacre people's phones between 11:30 and 4:30 a.m. with whatever crap I might be watching at that time. I mean, and listen, a lot of it's funny, so I send it off, try to give people a little bit of laughter or something in the morning. But I mean, it really does. And to be real honest with you, I can see your notifications are turned off because they allow you to see that. That's great. But I don't really care. I send it anyway. If they are not, I'm just saying it helps you guys, so you don't have to put up with it.
Yeah. Listen, it's
a great invention for you guys. For me, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to send the stuff regardless. I blow people's phones up between 11:30 and 4:30 a.m.
I wake up. We've talked about this before on the show. During the school year, I get up really early. I get up while you're still awake. I'm up at like 3:45, and you're like still trolling people's phones with content at that point. And a lot of times you and I will have full exchanges of dialogue and conversations and little quips. But then, I get up that early so I can have a cup of coffee, which is my routine. And then I go to the gym. Somewhere in there, we'll be talking in the gym. And then suddenly, just like I go silent on you at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, you just go silent. And I'm like, oh, he's asleep. He's gone.
Yeah. And then I'll sometimes wake up and I'll have 5, 6, 7 text messages from random people. I've been texting all night with.
It's fantastic.
I've been texting, to air, but they're not. Yeah. funny. Brian Pitt does respond from time to time because he's usually a couple hours behind me or a couple hours ahead of me, but I blow him up bad, like really bad. He doesn't turn his notifications off,
Oh boy.
so he's just constantly getting them. I mean, I think last night I might have sent like 8 or 9 messages to him at like 2:30, 3:30 in the morning.
Love it. Love it.
I do it all the time, but yeah, good stuff. I mean,
Have,
I think it's a lot.
I think it's brilliant. I think no, I absolutely, especially because mine's set up automatically to shut off at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Like mine, because I never change. It's not like I change it during the summer, so I don't get anything until I wake up and look at my phone. Like I literally, I don't go to bed during the summer till late for me. It's like 10 o'clock. So, but even then, it's like I get an hour and a half early of no one talking to me. But if I see you text, then obviously I respond or I try to, or
Yeah,
sometimes I just don't pay attention. But um, have you enjoyed this second half, if you will? We're getting into quarterfinals of the World Cup. Have you enjoyed, aside from the U.S. match? Have you enjoyed the because that U.S. match was one of the worst soccer games I've ever seen in my life.
I I don't know what people were expecting because we had the U.S. had just lost to Belgium in March, five to
Yep.
two in a friendly.
Yep.
So Belgium's a top 10 team, and
Yeah.
U.S. I mean, listen, I get it. It was on the United States soil. I understand. There's a lot of excitement, but the U.S. doesn't traditionally perform well in the World Cup. So it was kind of funny how all of a sudden people, even people that know better, were acting like this team was going to make some kind of championship run. I thought that was kind of funny. Now, I think they will get better because the right pieces are in place.
Yeah.
But but yeah, I mean, I love the World Cup regardless. I mean, like I enjoy watching all the matches. I really I watch every match.
Did
So
have
I pick
have you had a team that lost that you were really hoping would like sneak one through?
yeah. So I go into almost every World Cup with three squads. Okay, now sometimes they're in the World Cup and sometimes they're not. So obviously the United States for obvious reasons, and then I'm a big Iran fan.
Of
I know
course.
that's very odd considering what's currently in the landscape of our worldviews. But my dad, half my family's from Iran, so I cheer for Iran a lot, and I know they have two of my favorite players. So and then also I'm a big Italy fan because it runs on my other
Well,
half.
they didn't make it this time, pal.
Well, they haven't made it the last few years. I mean
Yeah. Yeah.
they're I mean, and the funny thing is they're still ranked fairly high as as
Yeah.
a, as a as a nation in FIFA, but they just can't seem to get qualified. So yeah, that happens. They won the World Cup in 2006
Yep.
and have not been back much since.
Yeah. I
But
think it's pretty fascinating. I am a big Mexico fan this World Cup
yeah,
because I was excited to see them. I mean, obviously they didn't make it, but like it would have been cool.
yeah,
Um, Obviously the U.S. My bone to pick is I just don't like I can't stand France. Not because I don't like France. France is a fine country. They're just so strong and they're so good, dude. Just watching them play, they're just a machine. And it's what frustrated me with the American match is watching them play and watching the U.S. play rather, and seeing that like they just didn't. They were setting up everything had to be these close goals, close goals, close goals. They were just trying to make everything inside the box. Meanwhile, France scores two of its goals with wide shots. They're just wide shots.
they have. Well, I mean, it helps. It helps that they
I
have one
know.
of the best strikers.
He's
Yeah, I
yeah
mean, the
yeah
Pop is
he's yeah
totally different
he's
breed than what and even when you got like a Christian Pulisic who's hurt, he played hurt
yeah
the whole. So I mean,
yeah
you got guys like that. I mean, it happens. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I get it. When some of the other nations are making it look a little easier than the U.S., I get that, but that's the difference, right? I mean,
yeah
having those fast strikers. Like Norway has one, and Argentina obviously has Messi, and I mean that's the way it is. I mean, if you haven't watched Norway and Holland, oh my goodness, he's so amazing. So like
Yeah.
you gotta check out some Norway, and obviously Harry Kane plays for England, and those are like
Yep.
the strongest. I mean, like you got England and Argentina and Spain and France. Those are like the big four, and Norway's kind of sneaking in there, and I mean they're a lot of fun to watch. But I mean, even if the U.S. had gotten by Belgium, they weren't
Yeah.
gonna beat Spain anyway. I mean,
No.
Spain
No.
is a totally defensive entity. They haven't even conceded one goal yet in this tournament, as of
Right.
right now. I think they're gonna play right today. So anyway, yeah, I mean I mean Spain's a totally different entity altogether, and yeah, it's tough. It's tough for the U.S. to compete against some of those nations like that. I mean, I enjoy getting to watch it. But the one thing I don't enjoy, and the one thing that I was telling some people this week, my mom included, that I like about the fact that the U.S. got eliminated is that when the U.S. gets eliminated, we lose the casual fan.
Oh yeah.
The
Big time.
casual fan is now gone from this tournament. You no longer have the person that was just watching because the U.S. is playing on home soil. Go USA! We don't have that person anymore, which I like because I've been watching soccer my entire life and following it my entire life, and so I just get a little tired of it. We talked about this in the last episode about the New York Knicks
Yep.
in relation to the Knicks and the casual fan, the Taylor Swifts and her Haim sisters and all these people that just show randomly up to games that when it's trendy, and that's what's happening. That was what's happening with the U.S. as well, and now those people are gone for the most part, although they might show up for a Messi game or something like that, but that's about it. So I'm kind of happy from that angle. I have a good buddy. I'm gonna call him out by name. I joke with him so much about this, but he lives in the United States. He's from the United States, um, and he was born here, and he doesn't like U.S. soccer at all. And it's pretty much because of that reason.
Right.
Because the casual fan, he just hates when they're not talking about them winning championships and everything else. He just can't. He can't handle it. And I get it. I understand.
Well, the upside of this maybe, and obviously the commentators are saying as much as they can to keep the hype train going, but I'm hoping that maybe some of this is people will maybe celebrate and support more of the U.S. league stuff and focus on those sides of things. And then, if we're not in a World Cup in the next 4 years, if we're not, when it comes around again, they'll still show some level of like a little bit of interest. I know it's not going to be the same numbers as we have when we're, quote, performing well, but it is what it is. I mean, this one is particularly interesting because, my God, you get this whole red card situation and that went political real quick. And then
Right.
I literally saw somebody say something to the effect of like, see, it's the refs are upset. And so the refs are calling this game bad, the U.S. game. They're calling bad calls because they're mad and they're trying to punish us. No, they weren't. The U.S. played like crap. They played like crap. It had nothing to do with. In fact, that referee team was pretty good. I was more concerned about the Argentinian game where you have, I think it was Argentina, their last game where the entire reffing staff was from Argentina. That's a bigger concern to me, and it didn't matter. Like he was calling it very fair. So, just it's silly to me that somebody decides to politicize it. I get it, how you could, I understand.
Yeah. Well, that's
But
what. I mean, if Donald Trump releases a video talking about making chicken sandwiches at the White House, then everyone boycotts chicken sandwiches. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's gotten so out of hand over the last 10 years. It's absolutely silly. I
It's
mean,
just
you can't. The guy couldn't. He can't make a comment without they're being absolute just.
But both of them do it. Both sides do it because sometimes back when Biden was in, Biden would do one thing and he fell off a bicycle and then that became a thing. And it's just like,
Absolutely.
guys, these are human beings. They're just human beings. Like
Everybody's
I've fallen off a bicycle.
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure you. Oh, I know you have.
Yeah, I've got the scars. I got plenty of scars to show for it.
You like break ribs and everything. You have like
Yes.
a
And then my former employee, he's not here anymore. He resigned. He did not get fired, but he broke his wrist riding a bike. So like, it happens. And he's younger. He's young,
yeah.
just by a couple years younger than you, but just a couple of years. And he's like 34.
Yeah. No, yeah. Well, he's not. He's about my age.
Yes.
Yeah. So one thing I do want to say though is I was really proud of Iran this tournament because this is the best tournament they've ever had.
Yeah.
And they didn't get out of the group stage because Austria scored a late goal in one of the matches that I was at, Austria and Algeria. They scored a late goal to eliminate Iran because
Yeah.
they had that game needed to end in a winning result, not a draw, and so they got eliminated that night that I was at that game. But they had 3 group matches. They didn't lose any of them. They drew in every one of them. They needed a win in one of them. They didn't get it, but they had draws in every match. They played really well. I'm really proud of them. Yeah, so I mean, it's a pretty good tournament for my squads, and I thought the U.S. played great overall. I mean, that's what kind of expected. I them to play like that, and would I've liked them to play better against Belgium? Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, they lost 5-2. I was kind of it's the same players. It's like it happened in March. Belgium's really good. Belgium wasn't great. I mean, Iran had a draw against Belgium, so
Right.
they weren't in the same group. So I mean, I thought the way Belgium had played in that group a little bit, I thought maybe the U.S. might have a shot if they played kind of above their heads. But with Pulisic hurt and everything, that really kind of affected a lot going on there. And of course, everyone blames the loss on the president now. So there you go.
Yeah, it's one of the funniest things. Let's jump in. Are we good with World Cup? Can we jump into the back half? So everybody knows, just a reminder, because we decided to split this month up. So we are still in April and we cut it in half. So last episode we talked about some of the movies that came out that time. So now we're moving into the back half of April, and then we're about to hit the summer of and all of our summer series end up maybe being a little bit more lengthy just because there's a lot of movies that come out and a lot to discuss. But we're in the back half of April. It's April 21st. One of Dale Boyd's favorite movies of all time, Dale Boyd of Dale Boyd Sports Management and Gaffer Services, not Soccer Gaffer, but Gaffer Lighting Services. A movie called The Basketball Diaries comes out.
Is this one of his favorite movies? I think he did talk about this with me before.
Yeah.
Yes. So first of all, a couple things because you mentioned his name, right? Okay, He listens to this show religiously, which we appreciate. I mean, listen. I mean, like he as soon as the episodes come out, he pretty much listens to them. So that's cool. So I appreciate that, but he sent me this text in the morning the other day, right? And he knows I'm a huge Cardinals fan, and he pulled. I don't know how him and his son did this.
Oh yeah, this is crazy.
It's really ridiculous. They pulled a J.J. Weatherholt rookie parallel autographed card. I think he's to 25. Autographed to 25 out of a $6.99 hanger box. That's so silly. That's so silly. That never happens.
I know. It's
never.
It's only his luck. It's only his luck, dude.
That's crazy.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, like the next week, his car broke down and he now has a $2,000 car bill. So he could sell the card to pay for his car bill.
So he's even now. Even Steven.
He's even Steven.
the I just thought it was. I was like, man, that's such a great card. I was like, why would a Cincinnati Reds fan pull that? You know, like he likes the worst team in baseball. You know, the worst team in baseball is who he collects, and he pulls that card. I was like, man, what a joker. But yeah, he sent that to me, and I was like, you're lucky, punk. But yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, but it was cool. But it was cool to see it though. And of course, JJ Weatherhold's a rookie year in St. Louis. Was
There's a fun thing behind that story from dad and son that I will share. I mean, it's his story, but I'm going to steal his valor, if you will. So him and his son normally get two packs, and they
right.
play this little game where they flip one card at a time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So as the story goes, his wife had been riding his ass about spending too much money. So he talked her into that pack. He talked her into one pack. She said, "All
Right.
right, you guys can have one pack," because they bought it from Target, by the way. So they
Yeah.
buy this one pack from Target, and so what happens is the cards are all, they can't really see them. I haven't collected cards in a while, but they don't really see them. But they split them up blindly, and Dale's going through and he gets to where that card is supposed to be in the stack or whatever it is, and he sees it, and he holds it back, and Ronan like holds up, like, I forget who it was. He holds up a card that's, a couple bucks. It's a decent card. It's just like a couple dollar card. And just like, "That's great, buddy." And he keeps going, and then he's like, "Oh, I guess that's it." And then he's like, "Except for this." And then like straight trolls his son because to them, they're both so competitive, by the way, that he trolls his son, is like, "Daddy pulled this." Like his kid's just upset. So it is a sweet little moment that they share that, but they got to share that together. So their excitement was like, they were jumping up and down, like going crazy. So,
No, it's a great pool for anybody, really. And I mean, out of a $6.99 hanger pack is crazy. I mean I when he said it, I thought he had pulled that from like. I didn't think it was a hobby box because you can't get those at Target. But I thought he had pulled it from like a mega box or the very worst like a blaster or something like that because they have different levels of boxes.
right.
And and they have a certain amount of packs in each box and stuff like that. So mega box is kind of like the big box, and they go. I mean, in Tops isn't so bad, but some of the like Panini stuff and things like that. I mean, they sell those things for like $60 a box. Anywhere from $40 to $60 a box, and then like um, blasters are like 30 now. I mean, these have all gone up over the last handful of years because
Right.
people selling them so much that they just decided to make the prices higher. So you couldn't really do that, right? And then the same thing but the hanger boxes is kind of a cheap alternative. It's like a 99 box. You get a bunch of cards out of it, and it's a nice little way to be able to buy something without having to break the bank. And that's exactly what they did. Story, and you don't usually pull that kind of card out of them.
Right. Right.
Like like you can get a numbered card, you can get a numbered card or something like that, maybe something out of 100 or something like that. Nice card, but you don't usually pull that kind of auto with a from a rookie, the stud rookie who has the
Right.
best chance rookie of the year this year in the National League. Like that's a great card. So congratulations, buddy. I'm happy for you. I was happy to get to see it. Thank you for sharing.
All right. So Basketball Diaries is where we're at. I'm going to be
Yep.
honest with you. There's three movies that come out this day. We're gonna keep them in the order we have them. But I have not seen this movie. I maybe have seen it once. Maybe watched it with a girl. I don't remember. I don't remember this movie at all. Sorry, Dale Boyd of Dale Boyd Sports Management and Gaffer Services. I just don't remember. I just don't remember it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's early Leonardo.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
this is one movie that's kind of start breaking him as kind of like a very good dramatic lead actor. Like this is the movie that he can kind of point to, right? That he's going to do that is going to set up what's coming in his career, and you can kind of point to this movie. I mean, it's a great cast. It's Leonardo, it's Bruno Kirby, Lorraine Bracco, Michael Imperioli, Mark Wahlberg, and I remember seeing it at the Village Six, where you kind of saw these types of films.
Yeah.
Um, it only made a few $1 million at the box office, so it was not a huge movie. It's more of an art house film, essentially, and yeah, but I mean, really, really an interesting take on it. It's about a teenage Jim Carroll, which
Right.
obviously spawned some good songs off the soundtrack as well.
Yep.
Um,
All the people that died in that from this
yep,
one.
yep, that's
Yeah.
from this. Yep, and so yeah, it was that was a good song, good soundtrack, great movie. If you haven't checked it out, it's very deep though. I mean, it's got a lot going on. It's not a funny haha comedy or anything like that. This is a very drama
Yeah.
drama heavy. Yeah, got a lot
Yeah.
going on in it.
I knew I remember the cast being good. I forgot about Bruno Kirby, which is awesome. I knew the cast was good. I remembered Leonardo. Like I said, I just haven't seen it. It's one of those ones that, again, one of I say this a lot to people that have asked me about the show and how the podcast is going. I say the same thing. I'm like a broken record. I know that, but a lot of times there's movies in here that I forget about or I haven't seen in a while, and I go back and search them out. Sometimes I get lucky and they're on our unofficial sponsor, Pluto, or even Tubi sometimes. But I go back and find these movies, and you got to do some digging. You can come across them and reconnect with them. July 4th, for example, I rewatched The Patriot.
Right.
Haven't seen that movie in years,
Yeah.
and it was
No,
fantastic.
yeah.
But I had to dig for it a little bit. But it's the same thing. Like, Basketball Diaries is one of those movies I need to put it back in the queue. The next movie
Yeah.
is a remake that I didn't even realize because I didn't. I don't think I know for a fact I've never seen it. And if you tell me we saw it together, I know I fell asleep. It's Kiss of Death with Nicolas Cage, right? And I don't remember this movie at all. In fact, when I saw it, I was mixing it up with I forget the guy's name, the writer. Anyway, I mixed it up with another movie, and I did look it up, and I was like, oh my god, I haven't seen this. It's Caruso and Cage, right? Nicolas Cage
Right.
and Caruso.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Samuel
didn't
L.
remember this. Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember this film whatsoever. I have no clue about it.
Well, I saw it with Jonathan Green actually.
Okay. Yeah, this
Like
is in
one,
his wheelhouse.
yeah, it's like probably long before he moved away. I think
Mm-hmm.
some in that area of time. Um,
Well, he
but
finished
yeah,
high school.
he did finish. Oh, yeah, that's right. He does. I think he does stay for like one more year, doesn't he? He does stay for
Yeah.
one more year. He
Yep.
moves. He leaves in '96. That's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, it's great. I really enjoy this film. David Caruso, Helen Hunt, Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Rappaport, Ving Rhames, Stanley Tucci, Nicolas Cage. It's a great cast.
That's what I'm saying. That's when I saw this, I was like, how have I never rewatched this? How have I never watched it once, much less rewatched it?
Well, it was a movie that didn't do well
Right.
back in the. It was I saw it in theaters, but it's like a $40 million movie that did like 15 million at the box office. Because it's right before the summer and everything else. Sometimes those movies get kind of tossed out there, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's. Uh, I was always a big fan of, and it's like this kind of crime thriller. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sleek in a lot of spots, and Nicolas Cage is really cool in it because he's got like this goatee and everything else. He's playing like this like physically fit like hitman type, and pretty cool. But I was always a big fan of like Michael Rappaport. I like him, and especially back in the '90s, I always thought he was good and funny
Same.
and had some
Same.
good stuff. He's good in this, and I liked David Caruso. He
I did
always
too.
gets a little bit of a rap sometimes, but
You mean for taking off his glasses?
got all his uh, NYPD Blue and
Yeah,
and
that's
CI.
right. NYTD Blue is what I forget about. That's where he got his pop, right? That was his first real big role.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Been around. He's been around the block, but I mean, yeah, I mean that was kind of where he started and kind of got his bigger break, which kind of launched him into doing some of these movies. But yeah, So it was a good movie. We didn't see it together, but I did see with Jonathan at Carmike as well.
There we go. There we go.
They are, which at this point I think they're Carmike 14 because they added 4 theaters. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That brings up a film that I can't imagine it was shown there. This must have been a Village 6 movie. I don't think I saw this in theaters. I have seen it. I feel like this was a rental.
Yeah, I remember you seeing it later on.
Yeah. And that's going to be Swimming with Sharks, which is a very odd movie. It wasn't then. It was a good movie then. It was very indie. Interesting film. Now, it is kind of odd because of the main character being such a scumbag in the movie. And, you know, he took a lot of heat later on for some questionable practices. And Swimming with Sharks has Kevin Spacey in it.
Kevin Spacey. Yep.
And he's not a nice guy in this movie.
No, he's not at all. I mean, it's kind of like this weird satirical black comedy film. I mean, I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
It's very art house. You know, it's like a. I mean, I think they did the movie. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they did it for like. It was under $1 million. I know that. It was like 700 grand, 800 grand, something like that. Very obsession, you know, or something. Where they shoot very little. Didn't make that kind of box office though. It's like $300,000 or something. Yeah, it's very art house. I showed it at Village 6. It wasn't there very long, but I really enjoyed this movie. Frank Whaley's awesome in it too, man. Like he's sensational.
Oh no, he's really funny. Yeah, he's look. I'd like to go back and revisit. Now I have not seen this in years, but I'd like to go back and revisit it. I think it probably has much more of an impact now on us as not just professionals, meaning like we've been working in this in a profession for a number of years, but also as filmmakers. Like we probably can go back and see this and be like pick up on a whole lot more because it is a satirical look at filmmaking. Like us kind of understanding that side of things a little bit more, I think would be interesting to go back and revisit that now as as dudes who's dealt with studio people and all the other
like Kevin Spacey is a movie mogul,
right
in the movie, and he's dealing with like a young writer,
right.
So that's so it makes sense. I mean, yeah, of course it's going to be geared towards guys like us, and so that was one of the cool things about it. Like I had seen it back in 1995, and then revisited it a few times since then because it made a lot more sense once I got into the industry.
I bet it did.
Or like when you and I were doing like Love Liza and stuff like that, and some of the early movies and early projects. I remember us talking about this movie a few times back when we had. I think we liked it a lot more when we were in the house, the Border Drive house.
Yep.
The types of movies that we embraced back then. I mean, it's good stuff, and obviously, Kevin Spacey is a very wonderful actor who has had a lot of things, but Benicio del Toro is also in this movie.
Oh, I didn't remember that. It's been a while, like I said, since I've seen it. He didn't pop up in the primary cast list of whatever I looked at, so that's interesting.
He is in here, and quite wonderful as well as he always is. So, yeah,
I love him, dude. I've grown, like I remember him and. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I remember seeing him in something. I remember years ago, and you might remember. I don't remember what movie it was. It was not Snatched yet, but something he was in. I just didn't like him for some reason, and I don't know if I ever voiced that, but in my brain, I didn't care for him. But now that I've grown up with him and watched more and more of his stuff, he's literally one of my favorite actors of all time because I watch him and he is just so nuanced. He's so good at every role he takes on. But there was a period where I just did not care for Benicio del Toro. I mean, I don't know what it was. One of my young man quirks, but just not a fan. But now I adore him.
Yeah, he's got kind of a weird, nuanced way of acting. Sometimes he's got a lot of quirks. And he's playing a lot of characters, accents, and things like that. So sometimes you can be watching him and think he's kind of quirky. So I get that a little bit, but at the same time, yeah, if you watch him a lot, then you're like, oh, I know what he's doing. I get it. And that's one of the things about him. Like you appreciate him more now than you did back in the day. Of course, we loved him in Snatch.
Yep.
They're all good. Everyone's good in Snatch, but
Yeah.
yeah, different movie.
That brings us up to the last one, and I want to point this out because I'm sure you can rattle off a number of movies he's made. This is a romantic comedy, but it's directed by John Turteltaub, and Turteltaub has also done some really good action adventure type stuff as well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I worked with John Turteltaub because I did Jericho with him.
That's right.
CBS's Jericho, and he's done a ton of stuff. Obviously, National Treasure and movies like that. The Kid, but yeah, he's a wonderful director. He's a really nice guy. We had him on. I mean, he would be on the set daily on Jericho. He was there all the time.
Right.
Kind of one of the creators of that show and producers of that show through his company, and he was there all the time. Couldn't have been any nicer. Was willing to talk about was willing to talk about anything with you, and he's a nice dude. I really had a lot of fun doing season 1 of that show with him, and this is one of the movies I really do enjoy that he did direct. I mean, I liked all his movies, but this one I have an affinity for. It's kind of this really funny and heartwarming movie. It's got Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman and Peter Gallagher, who I would work with years later in 2018 on the first After movie, and Peter Boyle and Jack Warden and all these like very veteran thespians surrounding Sandra Bullock in this film. And again, it's about she's looking for love and stuff like that. And of course, the guy that she tries to save, he's now in coma and kind of guy. She doesn't know anything about him. And meanwhile, there's a whole like romance angle that's playing out around that. And so it's pretty cool. And if you haven't seen it, check it out. It did really well back in the day. I mean, it was like a $17 million movie that made almost $185 million.
Good
So
gravy.
did quite well. It was very popular, and yeah, I mean, I've seen it quite a few times over the years, but it's probably one you can definitely find now. I would think because it was so popular then. But some
I
of these
think
movies,
I think they remade it into a series or something. I think they tried to rehash it.
yeah.
Yeah, which is never a good idea when the concept of this movie is so straightforward and simple. It doesn't really feel like it needs to be a series. The guy, he ends up in a coma, right? And then she gets mistaken to be his fiance, and hijinks ensue from this whole scenario.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know how that's a series, to be honest with you. That feels like a very, a very limited. I don't know.
And Sandra Bullock, even she's obviously great in this movie, and she even got a nomination for a Golden Globe
Yeah.
for this as well. So it's that kind of movie. But it's very funny. It's a straight rom com. It's very much a romantic comedy, and I was really 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 big in romantic comedies back in this day, coming off of movies like So I Married an Axe Murderer and stuff.
Right.
So,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, I highly recommend it. Of course, Sandra's great. This isn't before I mean, she's already kind of decent size at this point, but she's blowing up right around here. This is kind of where she's
Right.
blowing up into leads,
Yeah.
which is got a lot of good movies from her after this. Which is nice.
Yeah, of course. All right, so let's talk about music because obviously we mentioned the Basketball Diaries soundtrack, the Jim Carroll, all the people that died. What I imagine that probably was in this window, but what kind of? I mean, it's April '95. Last time we did this, it was banger after banger. I can only imagine we're stepping into that world again.
Yeah, we got some good ones. We got some really good ones actually. One of the early ones in April, debut for this band, first album of their catalog, Sugar Ray, Lemonade and Brownies.
Oh my god. Oh, how many times have we listened to that record? Which is a great album, by the way. Not what you listen. If you've heard Sugar Ray and you've only heard that every morning song, I hate to inform you,
That doesn't
you're
sound.
about you're about to get shocked if you go pull up this album. And the album cover itself was censored in some places because of near nudity. I mean, it was
So, so for anyone who hasn't seen that album cover, it
yeah,
is Nicole Eggert, who was big in the '90s,
yeah.
uh, Charles in Charge and such, and Baywatch. She's in Baywatch by this point, and she's nude, but she's like bent over, but you can kind of see the curvature. And she's on this like white shaggy rug, and apparently, because I've heard Mark talk about this before, Mark McGrath, and he was talking about how she didn't even accept a penny to do that photo. She did it for free because he was dating her best friend at the time.
Crazy,
Dating her,
crazy.
she agreed to do it. Was very happy to do it for the band. And one of the things that I mean, listen, this I think now. I mean, they've been able to sell more out of these albums from Lemonade and Brownies over the years because they got more popular. But I think that I still think this is sold maybe 100,000 records, maybe a little over that, 150 somewhere in there. And you can see like why they ended up wanting to change their dynamic a little bit because it didn't sell nearly as well, and they were on a big label, and I think they were in the spot where if they didn't start selling, they were probably going to get axed off the label, right? And so Floored comes out. That's the next album, and of course that's going to
Mm-hmm.
have Floored, but it's still also going to be a very heavy album, pretty much top to bottom. And
Yep.
then the next out, and that's got some of those other lighter songs on it. I enjoyed the band from top to bottom. I've always liked their stuff, even when they got a little poppier and everything. You and I went to a concert in St. Louis
Yep.
after a couple of those lighter albums as well. But yeah, when they were touring with Everlast and Two Skinny Jays, you came up here
Yep.
for one of those. I've always been a big fan of Sugar Ray, and this is the album that like I love this album, like Mean Machine
It's
and Take
good. Oh, dude,
Down.
it's so good. I actually re-listened to this a while back because I think you and I had talked about Sugar Ray or we referenced it. I was like, I'm going to go back and listen, and I did, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. Like this is just, it's not, it's not genre. It's just rock in a great way for the era. It's rock of the era. It's good, and it just they have a vibe. They literally, and even when they transitioned to pop, they still carried a vibe. And I got to give them credit for holding true to what it was. You know, like again, the label. There's more and more pieces. You watch these like little behind the music things, and I see them, and you find out about these bands that get dropped over time, like bands that you really like, and they got dropped because they didn't sell enough records. And there's a whole documentary out on Pavement and the whole fiasco with Pavement.
Yeah,
They're a weird band, but like they have a huge fan base, so
yeah.
that kind of
Well,
shift can occur.
that's one of the things. Like when we saw Sugar Ray back in the '90s, we went to that show. They played a couple songs off this album.
Right.
When today they don't play any songs from this album.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
for sure.
all it hits. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so it's frustrating. Don't get me wrong. Mark McGrath, notoriously one of the nice guys. He's really a friendly dude. I was joking about blowing people's phones up from 11:30 to 4:30 a.m. He's a guy that you can send a tweet to, and he will get back to you late
That's
night.
great. That's
He does.
great.
I've talked to him many times on X, and other platforms because he does utilize those platforms and talk to people and fans and stuff. So he's a good dude, and I appreciate that. And this is the album though. Like this was my favorite album. This and Florida are probably my favorites, but I like Ford a lot.
I don't mind
Because
it. I don't love that one single, but I like the rest of the record.
I mean, it's that song got played a billion times.
Yeah.
It was good for them, but I mean, you get to like okay enough. But yeah, I mean, I still like the song "Fly." I just like some stuff better.
Same. I'm
Um,
with you.
that brings us to, and then same day, Nile by KMFDM comes out.
Oh yeah, that was a big one. I love that record. I don't
That's
anymore. It doesn't hold up for me now. But back in the day of the industrial genre, yeah.
bigger. It's bigger back then.
Yeah.
Huge back then. Rub It Better by General Public. And then here's another great debut, right? This Is How We Do It by Montel Jordan.
Don't even jam with me on that. Is like to this day.
Oh man.
It's in our pitch deck. It was literally there's a picture of Montel Jordan in our pitch deck, and because it's like the section that says "This is how we do it." I can't help it because who doesn't love that song? I've probably heard that song and played it more times than any other song in history. Shocking to a lot of people, but part of it was because it shows up in it's either Nutty Professor or Space Jam, one of the two. And when I worked at Suncoast, it was one of the approved movies, and I just fell in love with that song. Well, now every Friday, I literally I leave work and I sing the song. This is how it's Friday night. I literally do it all the time. I could, if the president of the company were here, I could say one lyric and that hooker will sit here and quote. I can say that she's my employee technically. She will sit here and quote every line from that song, word for word, verbatim. That's like it's just one of our jams. It's a company jam. I love that track. Good for him. Montel Jordan's like a preacher now, I think.
Well, this was a whole album that came out, but that track is the big one. It was funny because I remember when we were when Peaches was a thing, off of Airport Boulevard, and I think this might have been before he took a dump behind Peaches.
I was about to say a listener of this show took a dump behind Peaches.
As soon as you laughed, I knew exactly what came to your mind. So, yeah. Anyway, we used to go in there and buy vinyls and singles. Vinyls and singles. And I remember having a stack of these things one time. You and I went in. I bought a whole stack of stuff. And one of them was Montel Jordan. And I remember you making fun of me. You're like, well, dude, you got Jane's Addiction. And then you have Montel Jordan. Like, is there any end to your diversity in music? There's no. The answer is no. And I had like Faithless. I had like all these different artists.
Oh yeah.
I was always a big fan of Montel, and so yeah, that's a great album. Dandy's Rule Okay by the Dandy Warhols.
Oh, listen. That's the one with Boys Better and all that stuff. Is that right? Does it show the track list?
No, I don't think that's
or is that the second one? Is that the one right after? That might be the one right after it. I can't remember.
the one after. This is the one after.
Yeah, I was going to say the one previous to that is one of my most listened. Still to this day, probably once a week I listen to that album. Dandy Warhols is a really weird band. They have put out some of the most catchy, amazing songs in history to me. Right. And then they've also put out some albums that are just unlistenable.
They're a weird band.
They are a weird band, dude.
Yeah. They've got. That's how. I mean, they don't really. I would say. I guess you could kind of put it under the alternative genre because of how.
Yeah.
Don't really fit into any genre. I always kind of felt like there it was that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I great band. I mean, it's just you're right. There's a lot of stuff I'm like, I don't really like this by them, and then there's stuff that they have some really good tracks.
Yeah.
Jill Sobel releases her
Oh yeah.
titled self-titled album, and it has the track "I Kissed a Girl"
Yep.
and "Super." Couple big tracks that got played in the '90s a lot. Very popular. Here's a good one: "Astro Creep 2000" by White
Oh
Zombie.
yeah. Oh my God, yes. Come on, dude. That
This is a great.
record, that record. When I hear that I think about a gentleman named Sean, and we would sit in the driveway of the Worley residence, and he
Yeah,
would attempt to play that little slide part on his acoustic guitar because I don't think he listens to the show, and I mean no offense by it. We were young men, but he was like that dude that played guitar so that he could pick up more chicks.
yeah, right. There were a
Yet
lot
he
of
was trying to play Rob Zombie. It's like, come on, man.
yeah, 'cause he's in the heavier stuff too. The but yeah, he's good dude. But yeah, that is funny. Um, so that was out. The Friday soundtrack.
Oh, classic.
I mean, of course, that's a good one. Here's Infrared Riding Hood by Tad.
Okay, so
Doesn't have those tracks. Doesn't have those tracks on it.
no, I know,
So
but they're important only because we've talked about them maybe before, but
we have to talk about
Tad is a big deal because of if you go look at I love music history of the music I actually like. I don't like all music history, but like the grunge period, that band is considered to be one of the godfathers up there with the Melvins. And so without bands like Tad and the Melvins, you don't get Nirvana or Pearl Jam or Soundgarden, any of these bigger grunge acts. Tad is one of the literal godfathers of the grunge era music, which is wild because we stumbled into him, but most people had not heard of him.
No, absolutely. And I would say that if you're gonna listen to them, their album before this, Inhaler, which is like their debut, that
Yep.
was that. Oh. Um, but and of course they're on that Brain Scan soundtrack, which
Yep.
we've talked amazing it is, and how much I love it, so much. But yeah, I mean that's but this is like Inhaler was kind of their major label debut. And of course, they were on Sub Pop and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's but yeah, Tad is amazing. Wowie Zowie by Pavement.
There we go. That's the one. That's the one that causes all the controversy for them.
Here's a good one. Kind of an underrated band. You know, we heard this song. We heard these couple of these songs a lot back in the '90s. I would say they're still really good. Anytime this song comes on, I turn it up. You'd prefer an astronaut by the band Hum?
You know what's weird? So I was talking to some younger people, younger than you and I. It's fair to say they're in their 20s. Hum has come back around. They've come back around. That they've become popular again. I don't know if it was a TikTok thing, but that band has come back again as being considered like this, like kind of like we did with the '70s. There were certain rock bands out of the '70s that we
So
didn't grow up listening to, but Hum has come back full circle and gained popularity again.
so many. They like we were talking about Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit's
Yep.
like I won't. If you talk to them, they say they're bigger now than they were then. That can't possibly be true. Limp Bizkit was everywhere
Yeah.
in the late '90s, early 2000s, and they were
Yep.
selling. At one point, they were selling 1 million records a week.
Yeah.
So I mean, they were hot back then. I can't possibly believe they're bigger now, but they are huge. I remember just going to the show a couple of years ago, and the whole thing's just being sold out. Large amphitheater sold out. So that's pretty impressive. But yeah, I mean, I liked Hum a lot. That song "Stars" is still amazing.
It's good.
Um, but yeah, that's good stuff. Let's see what we got here. What else we got here? "I Care Because You Do" by Apex Twin.
Oh God, I just talked about this record with Mr. Jeff Worley.
Apex Twin's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a by some friends of ours. "Born Annoying" by Helmet.
There we go. One of my
compilation.
all-time faves. Yep.
Yeah, good one. I like that. I like that. I like that record. I wouldn't say it's like my favorite Helmet album, only because there's so many great Helmet albums. But it is. It's a good one. Let's see what else we got. The Infamous by Mobb Deep.
Oh yeah, there you go. Classic.
Domination by Morbid Angel. I know you listen to Morbid Angel quite a bit.
Huge, huge fan.
Drift by Flotsam and Jetsam. There you go.
I forgot about them until
Yeah.
you just said that. Wow.
Here's one I know we've listened to quite a bit, and we just saw them Louder Than Life a couple of years, well, a year and a half or so ago, and that is Short Bus by Filter. I just saw him with my brother a couple months back. So
I gotta say, if short, listen, that's an insanely good, maybe one of the best is that their push? That's their second record, right?
their debut.
That's their debut. That's one of the best debuts of all time. We've told the story before because of the Demon Night when we talked about that, and Alan Hardy, dear friend Alan, listener of the show, brought back. He had gone to Lollapalooza and brought back a cassette, and it was just a white tape.
Yes,
that said Filter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, if you like Filter at all, even if you just like Hey Man, Nice Shot, they're worth going to see live because it's amazing how good they still are. They are legendarily good. They are as tight now as they were back when they were just coming out of, and obviously Richard's been through a lot, but like they are a very, very excellent band live. Maybe one of my favorite. I've seen them quite a few times. I've seen them with Helmet. They're just a really good live band.
Yeah, and you and I saw him at Louder Than Life as well.
Yep.
And then I saw months ago with my brother playing with Local H. So,
Oh, that's a great show. That's a great lineup.
The Dirt of Luck by Helium closes out the month.
I like Helium.
Yeah. It's funny because you don't think about some of these bands for a long time. Maybe you don't. Maybe you haven't heard of them.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Going through these lists for that reason. Sometimes I'm like, okay, it's easier to find the. So the good thing about the music is it's easier to find the music than it is these movies.
Absolutely.
You can't find these movies, but sometimes it's easier to find the music. So that's. But so hopefully you check out some of these bands and some of these movies, and it'll be good. You seen anything good lately?
The last thing we went to go see, I've seen Supergirl, and I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. It got a lot of internet hate. I don't really understand why. It's not like the greatest DC movie ever made by any means, but it was a good movie. Like I really enjoyed it. And then I took the kids went with me. My daughters went with me to go see that, and they enjoyed it. They were cool with it. It was a little violent for the younger one, but she was cool with it. I mean, she also watched Masters of the Universe, which is way more violent and has way more sexual innuendos.
Of course.
And then we also saw Toy Story 5, which I enjoyed. It's my least favorite of the series, but I enjoyed the movie. It was good for what it was.
That's like saying you love pizza, but that was my least favorite of the 5 slices of pizza I ate. You know what I'm saying? Like that slice wasn't the other 4, but still pretty darn good.
Yeah, but this was almost like a different type of slice. This is like they put in a different topping on that one slice for me.
No, you mentioned this the other day because you texted me about it, and I was like, okay. And my brother would happen to be pretty close by when I got the text. I was like, well, he said Toy Story 5 is a little disappointing. And as soon as I make that comment, like, oh, he's disappointed, that immediately registers every human's brain as you didn't like it. You must not have liked it. You didn't like it. It's the disappointing movie of the maybe it's his least favorite movie of the summer or something like that. That means you must have hated it. It's like no. I was like, I don't think he hates it. He doesn't hate it. I was like, he just it's disappointment out of maybe it's not his least favorite of those 5 movies. He likes all the other 4 a lot. You know what I mean? So maybe the least of that franchise. Doesn't mean.
Well, we have the point I was making is of the stacked card we have this summer. We have a very stacked card of good films. it's not it's not highest on my list right now.
Right.
It's a great movie. But in the Toy Story world, yeah, I still liked it. It's just like you said, it's a slice of pizza. I like pizza. Period. It just happened to have an anchovy on it, and I just wasn't into that. My
Right.
half didn't have anchovies. Yours did.
Right. Put a topping on there you didn't like for
Yeah.
the one of the things I like about it, right, is the I like because we were talking about this and you had made a comment on the backside of that, like, well, my kids liked it and that's who they made it for, and I'm like, well, they don't make $250 million movies for kids. They make them for mass audiences, right?
Sure.
And that franchise has been out since 1995. Like, they're making it for us. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Because we all kind of we were teenagers and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, they're making it for the people that kind of grew with the franchise. And I mean, the movie's doing great. I mean, it's going to over $800 million, and the franchise is in great hands. And I mean, for $250 million movie, you got to make some bank, and over 800 million will get you there. And it's still growing. So it's doing really well, which is good to see. And then, yeah, I mean, one of the things I liked about it though was I really did like the bullying storyline
Hmm.
in there. I thought that was great to put that in there, because a lot of people are dealing with it.
Yep.
So I thought that was kind of a nice thing to put in for not only adults to see kind of how maybe they should handle kids a little bit, but also that kids see that, that
Yeah.
this, what can happen, um, but it's okay. You can handle it this way, or you can find these friends, that do that to you, which is good because I want people to understand that, you don't have to, be by yourself.
Oh,
And it's
100%.
I love that. I loved that, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. Um, in addition to all the great characters, of course, because
Yeah.
yeah, so it's cool. I mean, yeah, I would agree. It's probably not my favorite Toy Story movie, but because there's other ones out there, man, that was literally I had tears in that movie too. But there's ones where I was actually physically crying.
Dude, Toy Story 2, Jesse's whole sequence in Toy Story 2 is the most gut wrenching thing ever made. In fact,
Oh, right.
as a parent, I will tell you, I slightly despise all Toy Stories because it makes your kids not want to give away their freaking toys.
Yeah. Well, exactly. No, exactly. That's what it's
God
supposed to.
bless. Right. Yeah. That's how Disney
Yeah.
makes money.
No, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it's yeah, Toy Story's pretty awesome. I saw Young Washington.
Oh, how was that? Because the internet hype is different than the reality.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. It's now you got to go. It's called Young Washington for a reason. It's not about the founding father. It's not about the founding father aspect of Washington, right? It's about how he gets to that.
Yeah.
And I think there's a sequel in the works for it too, and it's doing really well. So that's good. I saw it on the same night that I saw Minions and Monsters.
Oh, wow. What a combo that is, huh?
Oh, Young Washington, and then I saw
Yeah.
Minions. And man, I gotta tell you, Minions and Monsters, I was laughing the entire movie,
Yeah.
pretty much from the start. It's very, very much like when we saw you and I both saw this movie together. Very much like when you and I saw Napoleon Dynamite.
Right.
Remember, we were laughing pretty much from
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
opening of that movie to the end. And I was laughing at this, man. You got. I don't think you haven't seen this one, right? Because you're
No, we
telling
haven't
me
seen it yet. No.
the fact that this is about them and being filmmakers
Yeah.
it's just crazy. It's so funny, and it's gonna ring. You're just gonna. I can't imagine. I'll be shocked if you come back on this show and tell me you didn't like this movie. I'll be
Yeah.
shocked. It may not be. I don't know where it's going to land. And for me, it was one of the best ones of that entire of all the Despicable Me Minions franchise. I would put this one near the top of the list, and they're all really good.
Yeah.
I'm always amazed by the fact that this franchise has been out for a long time now. And you see movies like Toy Story 5, that's a $250 million movie. They still do these movies for $80 million.
Right.
It's shocking to me that they're still
Yeah.
doing these for million, but they are. And I mean, not that 80 million is not a lot of money, because it is a lot of money. But I mean, these movies always make bank, and
Yeah.
they $1 billion to make tons of money back. But it's doing quite well, so that's good. But yeah, really, really, really funny. I enjoyed that one.
It's on our list because I don't think anything came out that I can take my kids to go see, and I try and go see, like, Evil Dead Burn or whatever it is. I don't think that'll happen.
I would
You know.
like I would like a full report of you and your family, and maybe taking you up to go see Evil Dead Burn. If you can take your entire family to go see Evil Dead, I don't know. I'll figure out something to reward you for it. But if you
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It won't even. They won't last. So we were watching. Sterling will come in, and the only way she's allowed to watch YouTube is with me, basically. And so she had come in and asked to watch a YouTube video, and we were and because it's my YouTube account, it's not protecting her. So it plays a trailer from Evil Dead Burn, and it's a non-skippable.
yeah,
And she's like, "Oh God!" I mean, she's like covering her own eyes. I can't even fathom.
the trailer
That's
is
scary.
pretty.
Yeah,
I mean, the trailer is pretty intense. And that's a trailer.
yeah,
I mean, the trailer is intense for that film. My brother would never even would never do a movie like that. I mean, he would never watch that film. I have to see those movies by myself. There's nobody who wants to see that stuff. So yeah, I mean, but that's a good one. That'll be a good one. I haven't seen that one yet. Just came out.
So I'll sneak in. I'll sneak out. What I'll do is I'll instead. Obviously, I can't take them to see that, but we'll go. We might go see Minions and Monsters. I'm on vacation next week, so for that reason, we're staying here just because I have a lot of work stuff. But I'm on staycation, so we're gonna go probably see a couple of movies we haven't seen yet. You know what? It's been really great, dude, and it's a testament to the show. Something you've always done, you and your mom and your dad, your family has always done, is the better way to say it. But I've been taking the girls to movies, and I just offer them, like, hey, do you want to go see this? Like nobody wanted to go see Masters of the Universe, but Pearl was like, I'll go. And so, there we go. But it's more a matter of like just taking the kids to see stuff, that sometimes maybe is a little age inappropriate, but that's all right. But taking them to go see stuff is like, it's made it fun again to go watch movies, because to them, even though you and I have worked on them, we've done all this stuff, you have a natural ability to do this, but even then it's still fun to see the magic in somebody else's eyes.
Right.
Like sure. I can see it. And so for them to be able to take them to go see a movie, whether it's an animated film or even live action stuff, because like I said, we've seen a lot this summer. We've been trying to go once a week to find something. And so we're going to try and make it up with Minions, but it's been a lot of fun to just take them to go see stuff. However, the former building in which we made a couple of these movies is a movie theater called Nexus.
Right. Yes.
So Toy Story 5, family of 4.
Oh, yeah,
we brought a kid. We brought an extra kid with us. So it's 5 people.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was over $100.
Good Lord.
And they didn't eat. They got a soda. But when you got 4 sodas, my wife did not get one. You got 4 sodas. Each kid got a soda, and Daddy had to have a soda. So 3 kids, and there's only one size, and it's a big size, but there's no refills because you got to pay for refills there, which is already, the sodas are expensive. 5 tickets, because there's no real kids price. There is, but it's not much of a discount. I get it. I just was like, I'm going back to AMC. I love them. I love that place. I support them. But also it was a little awkward, which could have affected my Toy Story experience, to be honest with you, just because we have so much history there. We have history there, and it felt weird being in the place that we once made movies, watching a movie. It's still weird to me.
No, I get that. I mean, that's weird. And I still haven't been to that theater down in Mobile.
Yeah.
Um, and it will kind of affect my brain if I ever watch one there.
Yeah.
Uh, which I intend to when I come back. But yeah, I mean, I do intend to get to that theater. Um, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. What's the ticket price there? Is it like $18 or $17 or what is it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 17, $18. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's the most comfortable experience you'll ever have. And because the ticket price is so high, no one talks. You know, they
Right.
people laugh because we're watching a comedy, but everyone's very respectful. You're in a space where there's not a lot of young kids there unless the parents are foolish enough to spend $100 like me. But my family requested to go see it at that theater because it is a premium experience. You're paying for a magical experience.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but you're but in terms of if I had to do, we wouldn't be able to see as many movies if they all demanded to see them at Nexus. They would get one over the summer. They'd probably get three. You know,
Yeah.
$300 versus I can go to AMC and in the afternoons or anytime we get the kids tickets for like $7, $7.
One of the crazy things about what we're talking about is like there's only two theaters in Mobile now.
Yep.
Right. And I think there's one across the bay or something like that, but
Yep.
it's just only theaters in Mobile. Whereas we're talking in the '90s when we discussed this, we got set right now in 1995 when we discussed this time frame. There are several movie theaters to choose from.
Yep.
Hollywood's not even there yet.
Nope.
Yeah, so it's like so that yeah, I mean it's and they've gotten rid of that theater too now. I mean, so you've only got two theaters and they're both on the same side of Mobile. It's
They
very
are.
weird.
They're within 5 minutes of each other.
It's very strange that there's nothing in Midtown.
I know.
It's very weird that there's nothing like off of Airport Boulevard and down in that area. There's like
I
no
know.
movie theater. There were so many back in the day.
Yeah.
Springdale, Bel Air 2 and Village 6, and I mean there were just tons of them down there. And Dolphin Street was, really basically running parallel, just streets over. I mean it
So
was
so
crazy.
where the Hollywood once was is now Top Golf, right?
Right, right.
And across the street is the Dave and Buster's. And that is all and then by the Top Golf is a Costco and there's a Best Buy. That's a whole massive shopping center with a huge parcel of land in the middle that's not been used. I actually think they initially thought that an AMC was going to get built there. Like not using the old Hollywood because I
Yep.
knew that they were going to, but I think that they thought that and it's just not come to fruition. I don't know if it's from land prices or, whatever metrics are in play. But that's the place. That's the void because you're right by the interstate on and off. You're right by your central midtown. It's a perfect location. Little shocked that there's not one there. It would be amazing if they put one in.
Yep.
My dream would be they plop a, well, they're going under now, but they would have plopped an Alamo Draft House. That may be a little too pricey, but that's still my
I,
favorite movie going experience of all time. So,
I like the Alamo. They have one here in St. Louis, but man, it is pricey to go in there.
yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah,
fun, but it's not like I wouldn't be in there every single week. Just because it's like it doesn't match up to my rewards and things like that. Like
yep.
I save so much money going to like Marcus theaters, so
Same
much
with me
money.
and AMC. Same. I,
Just like
I, I tell it, yeah,
I mean, I'm getting one free ticket a month. I'm getting Fandango is spitting out $5 freebie coupons to me every week. Yeah, I mean all those things. So I mean, I just love that because
yeah.
I get all
I'm
the
with I'm with you. I use it. I use the
yeah
AMC ones because I for us that's the only other option we have. And when you use it, I'm a Stubbs member or whatever they call it. I get all these, and I'm not paying for the one movie a month thing, but I get all these coupons, and it's like,
yeah
guys, the movies are actually way more affordable.
oh yeah
You you might want to go at night. I understand why you might want to, but if you're really strapped for cash and looking for something to do when it's 3,000 degrees outside, eh,
we're melt
go see the 3 p.m. movie, and you're in
right
air conditioning for 2 to 3 hours, and it's affordable. Problem
yeah
solved. So
we need
I
the
get it.
DR I'm gonna put the Dollar Theater back in Riviera Center, Festival Center down there.
Yeah, it's that place is pretty much almost gone.
Yeah, so it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I mean, they tore out the
Yeah,
theater, but yeah, it's so
yeah,
frustrating. I would love to have
yeah,
that. I'd love that.
yeah. Of course, I would too. Especially like during the summer, we go see 3 movies. Just take a day and be like, "Hey, it's movie day," you know.
Yeah, no, it's great. Have you been to that Dave and Buster's?
Yeah, it's so expensive, dude. It's so expensive.
It's pricey. Like you guys probably don't go on the days where it's at its best.
Tuesday.
So Wednesday's our best day up here. I'm there like every Wednesday because
Yeah,
I'm good friends and stuff anyway.
yeah.
So good friends with those guys, and one of them moved over to the casino, which is right next to it. But so him and I was just at these guys for July 4th,
Yeah.
but because they're close friends of mine. But anyway, I'm there all the time. Dave and Buster's is amazing, but you got to go on like Wednesday's the night that they do half price games here. Uh,
Ours, I think ours is on Tuesdays.
well, half price games is the way to go because otherwise you're paying out a lot to play a
Yeah.
game. Yeah,
We one day Sarah was working late and I took the kids and it might have been a half price. It wasn't a half price, but I took the kids and so they got some money to play games and do whatever and then I was like, well, let's just go ahead and get dinner here because Dave and Buster's food's actually pretty decent.
yeah,
And
that's good.
I think when I walked out the door, brother, it was like $150, and I was like, holy crap!
Yeah, they're
Like,
not cheap. They got
yeah,
ways to cheap. Like they got like the eat and play combo meals and
yep,
things like that. Of course, if you still got 4 or 5 people with you, I mean, it's still gonna be what, right? And if you throw a couple of beers or something on top of that, it is what it is. But um, I have over 100,000 coupons,
jeez,
over 100,000 tickets from my gameplay, right? And
yeah,
I've had this 100,000 now for like many years because I always keep it there. Like I always like whatever I spend, I play back to get right there again. So I'm
yeah.
always at the number. So the deal there now is for like 1,000 tickets, you can get $5 off coupons.
Oh, brilliant!
So like I pretty much eat for free
Right,
at day like no matter when I go.
right,
And 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 yeah, you can utilize these coupons, these $5 off coupons. And I think you can go up to like $50 worth of them
right.
if you want. So I get like maybe $10 or $15 worth pays for my meal, and
Perfect.
then I go over and earn the tickets back on the baseball game and
Yeah,
stuff because I'm like super pro on it. And yeah, I walk and I hang out with my buddies and leave. You know,
perfect, perfect,
yeah,
perfect.
stuff. Love David Buck. Good, you got one down there now.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun. We go at the right time, and it's great. It's not a lot of crowd and stuff. You go at the wrong time, and it's 3 hour wait. So
It's still new down there because
yeah,
when you get not so bad. But Fridays and Saturdays you can't go on Friday and Saturday.
yeah, yeah.
That sucks because it's more of the time when everyone's off. But yeah, it's like massively busy on those
Yeah,
days.
it's chaos. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap that up. As Tony mentioned, you can follow us on Instagram. It's out there for you, and stuff's on Facebook. Anything else you want to say before we close this episode out, pal?
No, I'm excited to get some feedback from any new listeners or anybody that's just catching us for the first time. Feel free to hit us up. Like I said, you can hit us up Facebook, Instagram, or anywhere else. We've got Gmail back for a future show at gmail.com. And yeah, just let us know what you think, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Perfect.